Hello and welcome back to our show, Liverpool Homeless Football Club.
Kicking misery into history.
We're live on Liverpool Community Radio. My name is Ben Carpenter and welcome to the final half hour of the show. I hope you've enjoyed it all so far. I'll just do a little recap for those of you who are just joining us. In the first half an hour, we all talked about homelessness and broke down some myths. We don't all live in cardboard boxes, we don't all choose to be homeless, and we had a really good discussion. Listen again at www.l-c-r. We've also spoke to the chairman of Liverpool Homeless Football Club, John Finnegan. We've had some live music. We've heard from presenters Chris McIntyre, Becca Mushrow, and we've still got plenty more to come. But before we do that, we're going to do a few community shout-outs. It's something Liverpool Community Radio like to do, just to promote local businesses in the area. So I'll hand over to James to do the first shout-out.
Yeah, so my first shout-out is going to go to a lovely cafe that I go to. Is it a cafe? I don't know if it's a cafe, but it's called Jimmy's Grill anyway, and it's on Kensington on Prescott Road.
That might be a grill then.
Yeah, it's getting the thumbs up from Steve as well.
Yeah. So, Jimmy's Grill, we're going there later as well. We'll speak about that.
Yeah, there is a chicken boona with my name on it.
No. Chicken tikka.
Alright. Chicken tikka for Chris.
Chris would get that, no one else.
Becca, have you got a shout-out?
Yeah, for God Bless Her. It's on Prescott Road. Did you hair do it quite good as well?
Yeah, I see you've got some nice star shapes in your hair tonight, so that's good. Shout out to God Bless Hair. They were very good to us the other day. I'll do a shout out on behalf of my wife, Abby. She wanted me to shout out to Pam's Alterations. She often gets some clothes altered there, and that's just opposite Tasker's.
What was that? Pam's Alterations?
Pam's Alterations. She does hems, shirts, and Abby wanted me to shout out, so that's a good little local
interesting
business.
shout out there, Abby.
Yeah, I'd like to give another shout out to the Brink, like our office space, for putting up with us, like, you know, at stressful times.
And all the staff at the Brink as well. They're all lovely people. They're nice.
So I'd advise anyone to go there. It's a great atmosphere. It's dead chilled out. There's no drink. It's the dry bar. So they do some really nice food. And
that's right. It's brilliant. What's your favourite drink there?
Well, it's the hot Mandelion and Burdock.
What's that?
Chris, it's the apple and elderflower, isn't it?
Apple and elderflower's got the way forward, man.
Get down, there's some really nice drinks there, and it's just brilliant. That's where you'll find us. So that's community shout-outs done. We've still got lots to come in the show. We were just talking before Queen and We Are the Champions. We were hearing about Becca's trip to Mexico, and obviously that is a life-changing experience, similar to one that James had in Paris. So we're now going to talk about, in the next section of the show, what happens when you come back from a Homeless World Cup, such a life-changing experience. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna bring in another international star, have an interview. We're going to look forward to the future of Liverpool Homeless Football Club. And answer some of the questions that you've been sending in. So we know there's been people listening in Mexico, Scotland, America.
Shout out to Jonah.
Shout out to Jonah. Who's that?
The one from Scotland. He was on the Scottish men's team.
Oh, the goalie?
No.
Oh. Hello Scotland. But yeah, if you haven't sent in your questions yet, you've still got time. Chris, what's the Facebook page?
It's www.facebook.com/Liverpool Homeless Football Club.
Or give us a tweet at LIV Homeless FC. Use the hashtag LHFC.
Great stuff. Get them in. So, Becca, as I was saying, Mexico sounds like an amazing adventure, but talk us through what it's been like since you've come back to Liverpool. How did you feel when you returned? And maybe James, you can help out with this.
Yeah, well, when I got back, I was still obviously living in a hostel, but it was difficult being back in the hostel because, as James said, like earlier on, it was like you're in your own little world, and I got took out of that little world and I got put on a natural high, and it was really like good for me to get out of that environment. But then it was going back to it, and then it was realising I didn't want to get back into that same old situation. I just want to do something better with my life. So yeah, I've been
that must have been really difficult.
Yeah, it was, but thanks to like the helps of yous, it's helped me stay out of that situation.
Yeah,
it's much easier to stay out with a good support network as well.
That's what you need, like you were saying about the natural high, because you are on such a natural high when you're over there, and when you get back it can lead to that slippery slope again that many of us do fall down. But like I said, having regional support networks, like especially like LHFC, and there is others as well, it just helps so much, because it gives you that structure, because it is really, really difficult. And yeah, that's where Liverpool Homeless Football Club comes in, and the same of other organisations like it.
So Liverpool Homeless Football Club, Becca, has had quite a big impact. Just be a bit more specific. What have you done since coming back?
Well, I've started college. I've started doing my level 1 coaching. Hopefully move on to my level 2. And yeah, I've moved out of hostels. I've been doing this radio course. And women's football's just started with Fara, so that's been keeping me busy too.
Wow, it sounds like you have been busy. Okay, so women's football, we're definitely going to talk about that in a minute, but you just mentioned the radio show, obviously, that we're performing live now. Perhaps this is a good time to quickly explain to the listeners what this radio show is all about and how it's come about, really, because believe it or not, we're not just doing this off the cuff. There's been a lot of preparation gone into this.
Yeah, well, we got interviewed by Liverpool Community Radio on a big lunch, and then we found out about a 4-week training course, and it helps you develop a radio show, obviously. So it's since doing a radio show, it's helped my confidence, and it's given me something to work towards and keep me occupied.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed it, and I'd like to thank the club and LCR for giving us the opportunity.
Yeah, and I'd just like to thank them as well. I've only kind of just jumped on board. I haven't really done the 4-week thingy, but it's been dead enjoyable.
Yeah, you just get to do the good bit, don't you?
Yeah, that's it. Just try and be.
No, that's right. The course has been brilliant. Unfortunately, we only had 2 spots, so Beck and Chris have done it. But massive thank you to both Steve Farragut, Steve Maudsley, and Big Dave Spear as well.
Yeah, nice one.
Nice one. A little round of applause for them.
Now, we've all really enjoyed it, and we do hope that you'll have us back in the studio sometime soon. So, Becca, tell us a bit about Liverpool Homeless Football Club's new women's programme.
Yeah, sure. Liverpool Homeless Football Club have started a women's team that I myself am involved with. It's getting all the girls back together who attended their original training camps earlier this year. It's open to any women who are suffering from homelessness. Come down to the pits every Thursday, 2 till 3.
Yeah, we were down there today, weren't we?
Yeah, we have a good laugh there as well. It's great.
Yeah, although it was freezing today, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, it was. Like, Fara was having us all working as usual.
Okay, well, maybe just explain a little bit about some of the girls who have come down and what happens when the coaching sessions are on.
Well, Liverpool Homeless Football Club have provided an impressive coach. Her name's Fara Williams. She's on the GB football team, and she also plays for England Ladies and recently transferred from Everton Ladies to Liverpool.
That's a bit controversial, isn't it?
Yeah, in my opinion, it's a very wise move. What do you think, Chris?
I'm made up that you went to Liverpool. It's the best team in the world, like.
What do you reckon, Ben?
Well, I'm going to sit on the fence here. You know, I'm neither red nor blue. As Bucko said earlier, I'm a Leeds fan, so what do I know about football?
Good point. So yeah, how about we ask Fara, the Olympic athlete herself, because she's here in the studio with us tonight. Can we give Fara a big welcome?
Woo!
Fara, are you happy with the move to the red half of the city?
Yeah, I think it's come at a time where I've needed a change and a new challenge in my career, and some would say it was crazy of me to go from the blue side to the red side, but I didn't, at the age I'm at, I didn't really want to travel anywhere, so being Liverpool was probably the only option for me.
So what team do you actually support, Fara?
Chelsea.
Chelsea?
Get out.
Someone has to.
Alright, so let's get back on topic. What's your involvement with Liverpool Homeless Football Club?
It's just started with Liverpool Homeless. Coming back from Mexico, the World Cup, we thought we wanted to continue. Well, Liverpool Homeless wanted to continue coaching with the women in Liverpool. With Rachel Brown not available to do it, that's now my job to do.
Second best then, Fara.
Yeah, I did think that myself, but I wasn't going to say it. But I thought I'd give Rachel a mention. Yeah. So I just do 1 hour coaching with the women in Liverpool.
So tell us about the training centres from your perspective before the trip to Mexico.
The training centres, they were. For me, working with the homeless is something that I've wanted to do for a long time, and being asked given the opportunity to do that, it was something that I was never going to turn down.
So what makes you want to work with the homeless?
Being in a similar position myself a few years ago, and having changed my life around, trying to give that back to the people out there, that the women that are out there, and try and share my experiences of homelessness with them.
Yeah, so, well, you just kind of ruined my next question there, Fara. I was going to say, did your opinion of homelessness change as you met the players?
No, I didn't really have an opinion of homelessness anyway, to be honest. And I think, some people's situations are different, and, some people are forced into those positions that they're in, and, not of any choice of their own or whatever. For me, it wasn't something that I ever seen coming to myself, but, when it did, you kind of have to deal with them challenges and move forward with them.
Yeah, so did you learn anything from the Mexico experience?
Yeah, that I had to look after somebody like you for like 14 days. Headache.
Difficult, isn't it?
Couldn't wait to get away in the evening.
Oh, whatever.
No, it was good. I mean, me and all the different girls, and them sharing their different experiences, life experiences and stuff. For us it was a great experience, and something that you can't buy. So
and
it was great.
You've experienced, you were at the Olympics. We mentioned that earlier, and you've played for England. And
still beat that football cricket though.
Well, what's the atmosphere like at the Homeless World Cup? Because we've talked about it is about football, but it's not just about football. So is there a difference? And what was the atmosphere like?
You know what? I didn't know what to expect. Me and when we was going out there, me and Rachel on the plane, having seen some of the results and some of the games on YouTube, it was mad. But I mean, the support that the Homeless World Cup got in Mexico, I mean, what a job they did for the supporters that came in. I think, that certainly was probably more supporters there than what women footballers get in England now. So the support was massive, and
it was mad.
It was such a friendly,
more popular than you.
Exactly that. I mean, the amount of, honest to God, that the players out there must have felt like like they were like famous, because the supporters, the photos they took, autographs they were being asked for, and
that's it. There was photos. All the players were getting asked for autographs by local Mexican children and stuff like that. That must have felt amazing.
A bit different when you come home, like.
No one's asked for your autograph here.
A few people.
Back to reality. We have the same problem when we're in major competitions.
Really.
The hype, and then you come back home and it's like, who are you? And we tried to share those experiences with the players, because we knew they were going to be on such a high out there, and to come back to nothing, it feels like, we have them experiences as well. In the Olympics, it was massive. 2 weeks after the Olympics, no one wants to know you. So.
That old woman at the bus stop still knew who you were, Fara.
Okay, then.
I'm sure
I probably coached her years ago.
I'm sure you'd agree as well, though, from your point of view, Becca, and myself, and Ben, and yourself, Fara, as well, that just seeing all the other nations, like, what kind of backgrounds they have compared to, like, we've had, and it makes you feel very, very lucky to even be in a hostel. I know it's a hard life to live, but just thinking about.
Well, it just makes you feel like everything does happen for a reason, doesn't it? Like, although we have been in situations, it's led to this, and it's probably turned me out to be a better person than I was if I didn't have these experiences.
I think it opened up the players' eyes that went out there. They kind of went out there and thinking they were hard done by at times, and then obviously the homelessness in Mexico, compared to England, it is massive. And
puts it in perspective.
It definitely does. And I think even the fact that every penny that the English players had, they wanted to give to the Mexicans that were on the street, and credit to them for doing that.
Well,
and it was.
There's a few stories about that,
to see,
isn't there?
So. Oh yeah.
Go on, tell the listeners what the England players got up to.
There was like Nike were one of the sponsors, so we got a lot of free football boots from Nike. So you go up with your old footy boots on, and they give you a brand new free pair. So a few of the England players, we went up a few times back, but not to be selfish and get new footy boots. We got new footy boots, but we was giving them to the little Mexican children who were standing outside, and they were just over the moon. Seeing their faces when you give them the footy boots was just incredible. It made you feel like you'd just done something worthwhile. And I remember I gave a pair to the little boy, and he asked me to sign them and everything. So
really,
yeah.
No, that's an incredible experience. Great that you did that.
Yeah, so
it's always better to give than to receive, I think.
I think what I think out there. I think being out there with them together, away from everything that that goes on back home, and sometimes you can kind of switch off to what's going on back home, and and look forward and look at the positives that are there, whilst you can't see the negatives or the bad situations that they're in back home. And I think that's what happened to most of the players there. They actually opened their eyes up, had time to think about future, how they can move forward, and so on. So it was good.
Yeah. So do you hope to carry on your work with Liverpool Football Club then?
I definitely do.